Good evening, folks. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's presentation. We're super excited to share a little bit about Carleton University with you tonight. My name is Carly. I'm going to be your kind of host for this evening as we take you through some information about Carleton, our programs, how to apply, and then how to stay in touch with us. Throughout the presentation, I highly encourage you to use our Q&A function. So on the top of your screen, you should have the opportunity to ask your questions. I have a full team here with me who are super excited to chat with you folks and answer any questions that you might have. Before we get started, I do want to acknowledge that Carleton is located on the traditional and unceded territories of the Algonquin Nation. This is something that's really important to us as a community. So we have a really strong relationship with the Algonquin community here. We have an Indigenous recruitment officer on our staff. We have a community liaison officer on campus. So it's something that we're really kind of working towards, I guess, our own personal journey towards reconciliation. If you are an Indigenous student, we have an amazing center on campus called the Ojiknong Center that puts on some really amazing programming. There's an elder on site, lots of things to make you hopefully feel welcome and safe in our community. And if you're a non-Indigenous student who would like to learn more and maybe, go on your own journey towards reconciliation, there's a number of events throughout the year, including our Indigenous Market, our Kinemaguan Symposium, which is basically a couple of different Indigenous-based events throughout the year that we can all take part in as a greater Carleton community. So I think it's really important to kind of set the tone as we jump into our presentation today. So I'd love to welcome you now to Carleton's campus, our location on unceded Algonquin territory. We are what's considered a self-contained campus at Carleton, and you can really see that in this picture here. You can get an idea that for you as a student, everything is going to be right at your fingertips. On the left-hand side where you see the tower, Dunton Tower, that's our academic area where our academic quad is, a lot of your lectures, tutorials, study groups, office hours. That's where Macodrum Library is. You can grab a Starbucks and go study. That's our academic area, so a really awesome spot that you're going to spend a lot of time in on campus. On the top of our campus there, you can see our residence community. So we have 11 residence buildings, soon to be 12. We have guaranteed residence for all of our students. And we'll talk about that a little bit later more as well. And on the right-hand side, you can see all of our athletics facilities, health and counseling. That's where my office is if you ever want to come visit me on campus. But as a student, you have access to all of our athletics facilities, including 2 NHL-sized rinks, an Olympic-length swimming pool, gymnasium, field house, yoga, dance, and of course, workout area as well. So as a student, you have access to all of that, as well as our health offices. So we have a doctor on campus, a dentist on campus, counseling on campus. So everything that you could possibly need as a student is right there for you. And for me, when I was looking for a community to join, it was really important that I kind of had that collegial feeling, and I really think that that Carleton offered that to me, and hopefully will offer that to you as a student. Now, we're really lucky. We're in the capital of Canada. Ottawa is about 1 million people, but we do have some nature around us as well, which is something that we're really lucky to have. So on the bottom of our campus, we have the Rideau River. On the top, we have the Rideau Canal. Maybe you've skated or you've seen pictures of people skating. In the winter, this actually freezes to become the world's largest ice skating rink. So you can hop on right from residence, grab a hot chocolate, grab a beaver tail, and skate all the way to Parliament Hill. It's about 7 kilometers. It's super, super fun. And just a really great example of how Ottawa as a city comes alive in the winter time. On the right-hand side of our campus, you'll see Bronson Avenue. Just a couple blocks up is Bank Street. That's where you'll find Lansdowne Park, where our CFL team plays, the Ottawa Red Blacks. So there's always, concerts and festivals and farmers markets, shops, cafes, restaurants. It's a really lively place to live, to study, and to grow. And it's definitely one of my favorite areas in the city. Another one of my favorite things about campus is actually something that you can't see in this picture. And that's that we have over 5 kilometers of underground tunnels that connect every single building on campus. So this is really awesome if it's raining or snowing, you don't really want to go outside, but it also does make us the most accessible campus in North America. So we're actually 100% accessible when it comes to physical accessibility. And that's something that we definitely put at the forefront at Carleton is accessibility and accommodations in general, whether that's physical accommodations, academic accommodations. We're definitely a super supportive community, so definitely encourage you to ask more questions about that in the chat as well. Now, location is super important, but another thing that's super important is what you're going to study. And we challenge you to think about that today and think about that as you're, filling out your application over the next couple weeks is what do I want to study? What do I want my future to look like? And we're here at Carleton to really challenge what's possible when it comes to your academic program. We do that in a couple different ways. We have 5 academic faculties at Carleton. And you can kind of think of these as academic houses that all of our programs live under. So we have 22 programs at Carleton and hundreds of different majors and combinations and concentrations that you can choose from to really make a degree that's as unique as you are. So I'm going to go through the faculties pretty quickly, but definitely if you have questions about a specific program, I definitely encourage you to use the Q&A. The first faculty is our Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. So if you're thinking about studying a social science, this is going to be the home for you. This is home to our Bachelor of Arts, which is our largest program at Carleton. There's over 30 different majors to choose from. So if you're thinking of studying anything from, political science, law, history, film studies, child and youth studies, English, you're going to find that within the Bachelor of Arts. And what's really amazing about this program is you have the opportunity to combine a couple different subject majors, add a minor, go on exchange, get some work experience. So this is really a super flexible program where you're able to make a degree as unique as you are. Within our Faculty of Engineering and Design, we have our Bachelor of Engineering. We're actually one of the largest engineering schools in Canada. We have 13 different streams of engineering. Some of them that you've probably heard of, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, civil engineering, but some of them that are quite unique to us as well. So we're one of only a couple schools that offer aerospace engineering, sustainable renewable energy engineering, biomedical engineering in both an electrical and mechanical concentration. So if you're thinking about pursuing engineering, Carleton is definitely the spot for you. We also have some amazing design programs. So we have our Bachelor of Architectural Studies. If you're interested in designing buildings, conservation and sustainability within the world of architecture or urbanism, our Bachelor of Architecture is an amazing program that we are super well known for here at Carleton. And the last design program I do want to mention is our Bachelor of Industrial Design. This is maybe one that you haven't heard of, but it's actually the design of products. So everything from your favorite water bottle, your favorite furniture, phone cases, sporting equipment, anything that you use on your day-to-day basis. These were most likely designed by industrial designers. So if you're interested in the combination of form and function and design, I definitely encourage you to check out our Bachelor of Industrial Design. Our next faculty is our Faculty of Public Affairs. So if you see yourself as a future leader of the world, public affairs might be the home for you. This is where you're going to find our Bachelor of Public Affairs and Policy Management, our Bachelor of Journalism. We have the original journalism program in Canada, looking at everything from print media, broadcasting, podcasting, social media, all of the different facets of media that affected us today in society. Also, if you are passionate about helping people, our Bachelor of Social Work is an amazing program. It's a 4-year program where in 3rd and 4th year, you have lots of practicum. You actually do over 350 hours of practicum in the field to become a social worker, which is really amazing. Our next house or faculty is our Faculty of Science. If you're interested in health science, computer science, math, or a Bachelor of Science, this is going to be the home for you. We have an amazing undergraduate Faculty of Science, super research heavy, where you can get in the lab right away in your first year. Every first year course has a lab component, and we have paid research opportunities starting right in your first year with the Dean's Summer Research Internship. So you can either support one of your favorite profs in their research, or you can actually pitch your own research and get funding for that as a first year student, which is pretty amazing. Again, within health science, you can study things like biomedical sciences, health throughout the lifespan, disability and chronic illness, or maybe you're looking for more of a physical science like biology, chemistry, physics, neuroscience. And then in our Bachelor of Computer Science, we range from AI and machine learning, computer game development, cybersecurity, algorithms. So there's tons of different things to explore within our Faculty of Science. And lastly, but definitely not least, our Sprott School of Business, or our Faculty of Business. This is my program that I graduated from. So we have two business programs at Carleton. We have our Bachelor of Commerce and our Bachelor of International Business. And I would say if you're looking for a phenomenal foundational business degree, look no further. Our Bachelor of Commerce is amazing. It has 9 different specializations, ranging from accounting, finance, marketing, entrepreneurship, information systems. You get such an amazing foundational degree with lots of opportunities for work experience in the field. And a quick plug with my program, the Bachelor of International Business. If you're interested in a more kind of global and international spin of a traditional business program, definitely look at international business. I did a full year abroad in Spain in my 3rd year, and I got to minor in a language, so I minored in Spanish as well. We have amazing programs at Carleton. There's so many different options. And there's so many different components that make your degree special. So I mentioned studying abroad. We also have a ton of different work opportunities and experiences kind of threaded throughout our program. So whether that's a paid co-op opportunity, an internship, a practicum, a fieldwork course, there's so many ways to make your specific program special and challenge yourself throughout your academic journey here at Carleton. So if you're like, Carly, that all sounds amazing, how do I apply? I'm here to tell you, you can do it in 3 easy steps. So the first step is choosing your program. And you've been probably doing that over the last couple months, attending presentations, maybe attending local fairs, doing your own research on the web, attending a night like tonight. So that first step is well underway in choosing your program. The second step is reviewing admissions requirements. At Carleton, we're looking at your top 6 university or mixed level courses, including prerequisite courses. So it's really important to know what courses we're looking for when it comes to your specific program. For most of our programs at Carleton, we're just looking at your academic average. There's a couple that require a supplemental application or a little something extra, and I'll touch on that in just a couple minutes. Step 3 is applying. So going ahead and pressing that apply button. If you head to Ontario University Application Centre or the OUAC, you can submit your application. If you're an Ontario high school student, you're looking at 3 different applications, and you can add additional if you so choose. We at Carleton are looking for your application by the deadline, if you're an Ontario high school student, of January 15th. So again, if you're an Ontario high school student, we definitely want to see your application anytime now up until January 15th. If you're joining us from outside an Ontario high school, you can head to admissions.carleton.ca/apply to check out more information about our application deadlines. Now, if you are applying to a program that does require a supplemental application, you do still need to submit your application by January 15th, but you have a little bit more time to work on those additional admissions requirements. If you're interested in one of our design programs like architectural studies, industrial design, or interactive multimedia design, your portfolio is going to be due March 3rd. If you're looking at applying into the humanities, our Great Books program, your portfolio is due March 1st. If you're applying to our Bachelor of Music, which is a performance-based degree, your creative portfolio and audition is due March 1st. And the Bachelor of Social Work that I was talking about briefly earlier, your supplemental application is due March 3rd. So aim for that kind of March 1st deadline, and you should be in line for those additional admission requirements. When you do apply to one of these programs, you will receive an email from us with more information, but also a lot of that information is available online now. So don't wait, be proactive, and go check out those additional admission requirements. We are so excited to welcome you to the Carleton community. It's an amazing community to be a part of. And being in the capital city, I truly think that our Carleton community is reflective of that city that we live in. We are 30,000 students strong, and we are represented by over 150 different countries. So we're a super diverse community with people from all around the world, which is another thing that really attracted me to Carleton. Carleton also has over 300 clubs and societies, ranging from academic clubs, special interest clubs, cultural clubs that you can be a part of. One of my favorite things happens right at the beginning of the year. It's called the CU Expo. And basically all of these 300 plus clubs and societies set up tables in the field house, and you can basically go around and shop for what you might want to get involved in. As a student, I was really involved in our Sprott Business Student Society, so a program-specific club, as well as the ski and snowboard club. So I got to go snowboarding at Mont Tremblant every Sunday in the winter, which was super cool, and I met a lot of amazing friends that way. Another awesome community to be a part of is our residence community. As I mentioned earlier, we have 11, soon to be 12 residence buildings on campus, and you are guaranteed residence in your first year. So you're guaranteed a traditional double room, and basically what that means is you and a roommate, and you share a washroom with one other room. We also do have single styles available for those folks who need them, and if you want it, you can be put in a lottery for a single room as well. When you receive your offer of residence and accept that offer, you will be given an information request form. So what that means is we ask you a ton of questions about all your different preferences, and we provide you with the best accommodation possible. If you do have a friend who's looking to go to Carleton as well, you folks can absolutely be roommates. This is where you'll have the opportunity to put each other's name down, and you'll be guaranteed to room with your friend, which is pretty cool. Included in residence as well is what we call an all-you-care-to-eat meal plan. So what that means is that you can go in and out of the CAF in our residence community as many times a day as you'd like, between 7:30 a.m. and 10 p.m. All of the food is made fresh in front of you. It's super delicious, and we also have a full-time dietitian on staff. So if you have any questions about eating, maybe you're away from home for the first time, you have allergies or dietary restrictions, we're definitely here to accommodate those as well. One last thing that I want to mention about joining our community is, it can be daunting when you think about the finances behind post-secondary, but I want to let you know that at Carleton, we offer super generous awards. And what that means is awards mean scholarships and bursaries. And one that I want to highlight tonight is our entrance scholarship program. Our entrance scholarships begin at 80%. So if you apply to a program, you're automatically considered for these entrance scholarships. And if you have an 80% or higher, you'll automatically receive one when you receive your offer of admission. It's important to know that these are renewable. So they're renewable throughout your whole time at Carleton, as long as you maintain an A- or higher. And another thing that's super unique is that they're regainable. So if you drop below an A-, you can gain it back in subsequent years if you bring your grades back up to an A- or higher. That's just a little kind of sneak peek into that, but my colleague Callie will post some more information about it in the Q&A as well. So definitely research how you can get more funding and more awards from us at Carleton. So this was a really awesome kind of quick look at maybe what Carleton has to offer. Maybe you learned something new tonight, but there's lots of ways to continue our conversation. And a big way is through our podcast. So the Talking Raven podcast can be found wherever you get your podcasts. And it's super cool because every episode is actually a question that you might have about Carleton or about post-secondary in general. So Why should I go to Carleton? What are you known for? How do I choose my major? What's it like to live in residence? These are all questions that we all had when we were going to university and to post-secondary. And what's really cool is that our host, Stanley Philippe, actually talks to members of our community and answers those questions for you. So definitely check out our podcast, The Talking Raven, wherever you get your podcasts. Another big kind of decision maker for me when I was choosing to come to Carleton was when I came to campus. So if you haven't had the opportunity yet to join us for a campus tour, I highly recommend that you do so. We offer campus tours every single day, twice a day, and you get to enjoy a meal in our cafe as well. If it's not on the cards right now to come visit us on campus, you can always join us for a virtual tour as well, which are hosted by our same amazing tour guides. We offer many events throughout the year. You can check out our incredible lineup of events on our website, and you can go ahead and scan that QR code or click the link in the chat to learn more about some upcoming events that we have on our campus. And lastly, a really amazing way to stay connected is through our Next Step appointments. This is a way that you can book a one-on-one convo with me or a member of my team to really chat about anything and everything Carleton. So whether you want to talk a little bit more and explore a program, you want to talk about your application, maybe you've received an offer of admission and you want to walk through that, or maybe you're just a little bit nervous to move away and you want to kind of talk that through. We're really here to talk to you about anything that you need. And you can scan that QR code and book an appointment directly with us in our calendars. A couple last resources I want to mention: admissions.carleton.ca. That's our admissions website. Awesome resources to get you started about how to apply, about your program. If you have any questions, you will probably find it there, and we're happy to explore that with you in a next step appointment as well. And lastly, 360.carleton.ca, that's going to be your Carleton University student portal. So that's where you can register for any upcoming events or campus tours. It's where you'll see the status of your application, and it's where you're actually going to see your offer package. So Carleton no longer will send you a physical offer in the mail. You're actually going to be able to see your status and open your offer package on 360.carleton.ca. So that's going to be super important as well. And the last thing I want to leave you with is our socials. So on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and TikTok, you can find us at Carleton_future, a super way to kind of get a more personal, in-depth view of what's going on campus, and get lots of amazing information from our current team. So just another huge thank you. I know you had a lot of options tonight, and there's lots of information to be had, so I really appreciate you taking the time to come join us in the Carleton presentation today. Feel free to utilize the Q&A if you have any other questions. My team will be here for the next kind of 8 minutes before you head to your next session to answer any questions that you might have, and we really hope to see you on the Carleton campus super soon. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening.